Hey everybody, welcome to Katawa Shoujo Re-Engineered Edition. We are the Force.
Or
The Force.
oh,
Still not
why
great
do that online?
still not great at doing that, but yeah, we've I chose to pick out the re-engineered edition of Katawa Shoujo for this. Just because it has widescreen support. Because the original was a 4x3 game and it never got official support. So we get a nice wide view with this one. Um, but if you are interested in this one yourself, this is an accessibility focused one, so you can get like dyslexic font and stuff like that. So, but we won't be using any of those.
And I'm here for emotional support.
Yeah, well, I do hear that this game gets kind of emotional sometimes. So, who
I have
knows?
all my air hugs ready for you, my friend.
Okay. We may have some issues with Discord because I've had some issues in the past. We're not recording in person this time. We are over the internet because my place is not visitor ready yet. But anyway. Oh no, also Dylan cannot join us today. He has important stuff to do, so
Yes, unfortunately, none of us haven't make enough money yet that we can just do YouTube full time.
yeah, well, almost. Maybe one day. Anyway. All right. Well, let's
Of course,
start.
the guy with the most subscribers out of all of us would say that.
I don't make any money off YouTube. I don't qualify yet. Um okay, anyway. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The the what? Deciduous? Trees provide a beautiful green canopy, far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. Actually, something I forgot to mention. This game has an interesting history in that its developers were formed over 4chan.
What?
Yeah, this was a brainchild of 4chan. This game. Uh,
It is interesting and terrifying at the same time.
I don't know. I think it shows some good things can come out of a uh I don't want to say a bad place, but a interesting place. Uh, but
Even
now,
more interesting since I don't know what 4chan is.
oh, it's a image board, old internet image board, still around today.
Ah, ah.
It keeps the I suppose the idea of a Wild West internet. So there's like very little moderate. There's still moderation, but there's very little. But because of that, there's questionable things end up on there a lot, and usually that makes like headlines. So
Oh,
anyway,
okay then.
but now in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Hisao. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 p.m. Oh yeah, we'll have to reserve some voices for Dylan when he's able to attend one of these.
What you have in mind?
I don't know. I did play this game once, but that was years ago, and I don't remember any of the characters' names except for one that had the hair drill, like hair drills, that like hairstyle. Anyway. Yes, the note slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Oh no! Oh no! Not from behind. Hold on, I'm just checking everything's going. Just double checking. Alright. All good.
Of course, double check as you're recording. That makes sense.
Yeah, well, at least it would be at the very start.
Yeah, can't argue there.
Okay. Well, we don't we don't know who this is yet. Um,
Should I do it? That way you
yeah,
have some different voices
yeah.
going.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hisao, you came.
A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. Okay, well, we have context now. It's dainty.
Oh, dang it.
I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams. My heart begins to race. There she is. Iwanako? Iwanako? I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn it. I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result. Loser.
Hey, man.
Pathetic.
Yes. I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it.
A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle even if I tried.
Well, we're dead.
My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst out of my chest and clean the scroll for itself. Damn. Give me just a sec. I am just decreasing your user volume a bit. I had it turned up from earlier. Let's see. Alright. So, here we are. Here we are. Out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise to my ears is music to my ears. Iwanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long, dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried.
You see, I want your jacket.
Oh.
I wanted to know if you could give me your jacket.
It's Leon. It's a cool jacket.
If you wanted to go out with me, Mr. Jacket.
Okay. I was waiting for it. I stand there, motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point.
Hisao?
I reach up to try and massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms.
Hisao?
My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror.
Oh shit, is he literally having a heart attack? Hisao!
The beating in my chest suddenly stops as I go weak in the knees. Yep.
Oh boy.
The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanako running towards me, all these fade to black. The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwakano screaming for help and the incessant clatter of the branches above. Yep, we did have a heart attack.
Jeez. I thought the Force was the one having the heart attack.
Oh yes, the opening cutscene. Actually really well made. I forget who the animator is, but I know he's like relatively well known. Look at all the like names in the credits and you can tell like a lot of them are from like 4chan. They feel like 4chan names. Welp.
I'm guessing for obvious reasons I can't hear the music.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, Discord on Linux is a little bit broken.
Alright, fair enough. I suppose I can just deal with it.
Yeah, there's not much to hear anyway. It's like this cutscene has like a... how would I describe it? Like, not surreal. What would be the word for it? Serene soundtrack and a clock ticking.
Okay, fair enough.
And just like background music for the rest of the game. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. Here I am. In that time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. A strange word, a foreign alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was. I guess it was supposed to make me feel better. For more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up.
This poor guy, so basically, if he does anything to accelerate his heart rate, he will literally die.
That's my guess.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know anything about arrhythmia.
I actually have a sort of baseline knowledge of it because I had to do some studies of it for medical reasons.
Right.
Oh, this is like, jeez.
Yeah.
So, essentially, arrhythmia is, as it just said, it can go, at any time your heart rate can just pounce up and down, and especially when you actually get yourself excited, it can make your heart go even more haywire than you normally would. So this guy's screwed.
Damn. So what I got from that is that every second of your day you're rolling a d20 for heart rate.
Essentially, yeah. And oh my god, wait, how the hell is this guy gonna work in a dating sim?
Well, that's what
oh
we're
wait,
gonna find out.
Wait, I guess it would be fine as long as there's no sex scenes, because then.
Oh, there's sex scenes. Don't worry.
How the hell is he alive then?
I don't know. Well, I know that there's adult scenes in this. I don't know if it's specifically sex, but I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, yes. Sorry, mate. Continue.
Yeah, I never got far enough in my initial playthrough to any of those scenes, so my parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I had already had a little bit of redundant writing, but a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project.
Oh, dang.
Damn, dude.
Oh, that makes it so much worse.
Yeah, maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came on a regular basis. Iwanako was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. Me neither, dude.
Yeah, I second that, oh wait, I third that, actually. Oh, gee, that's yeah, rough. Living in hospitals are rough.
Mm. I remember when my grandparents were still alive, I always hated. I didn't hate visiting them specifically, but I hated visiting the home. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't stand medical environments. But anyway, the doc.
you'd be screwed. Wait, didn't you literally do an acting job as in a hospital?
Yes, but that's only like once or twice a year.
Uh, oh, that's not so bad then.
Yeah, so I'm good. And a lot of those weren't in a hospital; those were in offices. So yeah, it's not too bad.
Uh, for some reason, that makes it more confusing, but continue.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just acting exercises for like doctors and nurses to get used to scenarios. We wouldn't actually be acting them out in a hospital. Anyway,
Yeah,
um,
right.
yeah, the doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they're in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but he told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why. I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation.
He's
I
not
started.
wrong. I mean, TV's nowadays TV ain't exactly as good as the internet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I think this visual novel came out 2006.
Oh yeah, TV would have been huge back then.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
But
back then the good shows were still on.
part of the reason we're using the re-engineered version because yeah, the original's a 2006 game, so it's in 4 by 5, 5 by 4. Fuck. The square monitor ratio. Um,
Ah, CRTs.
yes. Well, the early LCDs were also um, 4 by 3, but yeah, I started reading instead. There was a small library, quotations, at the hospital, though it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands, but I loved the stories. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass, and I was trapped inside, instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness of my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely, and I couldn't even cry. Damn. Yeah, I can sort of relate to the like days blurring into each other. I've had I think weirdly enough I get that on vacations. When I'm not home, I will like forget what day it is.
um, I guess I can relate in a more fact that in a hospital sense.
Hmm.
It's, I had brain surgery when I was a kid, so like that was so I spent a long time in the uh, hospital, and
Hmm.
it all seemed like from my memory is a little cloudy about it, but it all seemed like it was all in the one day. I was doing it when
Hmm.
actually it was like over 6 months.
Right, right.
So
Damn, that's
yeah,
half a year, yeah. It's a
yeah,
long time. God damn.
yeah. You should have seen me try to walk. My motor muscles were my motor muscles were practically what's a good gooey thing?
Uh, I don't know.
Rubber. Yeah,
Rubber?
my muscles were practically rubber at that point. I could barely lift anything.
Was that from the brain stuff, or was it like muscle dystrophy from being in a bed for so long?
A bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
because like with brain surgery, you still with some brain surgeries they do require you not to eat anything.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I was like 3 or 4 at the time,
Mm.
I think. Uh, like like I said, hazy.
God damn.
But yeah,
With you being that young, it's a surprise you remember it at all.
yeah.
I guess
Well,
it's a pretty big event too, though.
yeah, like one of the key memories I remember is it fell for some reason. I thought that there was a piece of I thought that my head, like top of my head, was being held together with a piece of tape, and
Mm.
a nurse came in to take off the piece of tape, and so I held my forehead,
Mm.
but then she started peeling it off from the back.
Oh,
That's one of them, and then she just took off the, and then she just took it off, and I was like, I think I might have been screaming. I, but
hmm.
that's one of the things I remember most about it. But
Interesting.
yeah, yeah, really weird thing to remember. But what do you? Not much I can do.
Huh. Damn. I've been lucky enough that I don't think I've ever, no, I've never been in a hospital for like a prolonged period of time. And when I was, it was for like someone else. But yeah, never as a patient. I have been to hospital for injuries that I've had, but like never for more than like a few hours.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's actually surprising how easy the body can get over internal bleeding.
well, I imagine if it's treated.
That's a
I
different
don't
story.
imagine it just gets over it if you just start bleeding.
Well, actually, that's the funny thing. My body did just get over it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I did have to get some blood infusions, but yeah.
Goddamn. Just duck behind cover for like 5 seconds. The bleeding will stop.
Okay, let's get back to the game.
Yeah. All right, all right. Okay, today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There is this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time, sorting his papers, then setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks at me in the eyes for a moment. Do you want to do the doctor?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Hello, Hitayo. How are you today?
I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him.
I believe you can go home. Your heart is stronger now. And with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medications sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription.
Damn. What's this Hasayo guy complaining about? He's got like a such a enthusiastic doctor.
I'm pretty sure the doctor's never going to come back, so I'm putting all I can into him.
The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I guess I'll do his family, because they'd be like similar. I take it from his hand and take a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this?
Jeez.
Erectile dysfunction twice.
Cardiac, deceased cremation, felsinide? What the? Oh, geez.
Asthma.
Clinical depression, Philip Hayden.
Damn.
There is, Jesus.
That's a lot.
Ataxia. hypertension, heart failure, insomnia. Yeah,
I see ataxia down there.
yeah, I already said ataxia.
Diarrhea.
Um,
Bronchospasm.
Pentuffle, Pentobolo. Haven't heard of that one in a while. Why do I know that?
I mean, you just said you you have some medical knowledge. I mean, anyway.
But not this kind. I shouldn't have this kind of medical knowledge, are you?
Fair enough. I know hypotension. Anyway.
Yeah.
And erectile dysfunction. I know that one. Not personally.
Yeah.
But anyway. The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. All this for the rest of my life? Every day?
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
All good?
I'm afraid that it's the best we can do at this point, my friend. I'm so sorry. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised if you see that list fade over the years, my boy.
You know, there's a medication that's just for you. Cocaine. The symptoms will go away, but so will you.
Oh, well, that'll really send you out of whack.
Yeah, it'll send it so high that it'll loop back and be slow again. Anyway, years. What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if he hadn't said anything at all.
Also, I've spoken with your parents, and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school, unfortunately, my boy.
What? Please, calm down, Hisayo. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down? The way he says it tells me he knew full well I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Hey man, it's not that bad. I was homeschooled and I came out just fine.
Yeah, the only difference is that you already had a built-in social circle.
True. And I didn't have arrhythmia, whatever it was called.
Arrhythmia, yeah.
Yeah, I also don't have random heart attacks, so whatever my concern shows, it's ignored.
We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think it's wise for you to be without supervision.
I'm just imagining this room, like, Hisayo, like, in, like, shock. His parents, like, just really depressed. And then there's this doctor trying to be, like, as much of a character as he can.
If you wish, I will happily put on the clown suit.
Oh my god.
At least not until we're sure your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer of organs. It's a school called apologies if I butcher this, Yamaku Academy, that specializes in dealing with disabled students. And Yakuza students, because it rhymes.
Damn. Damn, that's two interesting combinations. Disabled. What? Am I? I mean, I guess you are.
It has 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby, which sounds really, really good when you say it like that.
I mean, he is trying to sell it, I imagine. Independence. It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try and disguise that fact. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look a couple weeks back. I think you'd like it. Looks like I don't really have a choice.
Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. Better that than the coal mines.
I mean, that'd be terrible, breathing all that stuff into your lungs.
Oh yeah, jeez.
This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity.
Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. Well, I remember you wanted to return to school, and while it's not the same one...
Damn, dude got rug pulled. Like, hot girl confesses to you, you get in hospital, and then they have to transfer you. God damn.
Yeah.
Special school. That's an
say
insult. That's what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All the students there are pretty active. It's in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help, in one way or another.
Your father's right, and many of the graduates of the school have gone to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability, my friend. Live out your dreams, spread your wings.
The other fucking patient in another bed is like, shut the fuck up! I'm trying to sleep.
One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate there, believe it or not.
I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me. What can I do about it? Normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I'd always thought of my life as kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell at something now, something about how I can go back to school anyway, but no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know now it's futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice, I know this. But the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try and put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That is all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something. Even if it's a special school, it's something. It's a fresh start. My life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try and see what my new life will look like. Well.
Oh, bye, Doctor.
Bye, Doctor. There he is. Life expectancy. Act 1, life expectancy. What a title. Oh, here we are. I am kind of thrown off by the backgrounds in this game because they're just photos with the oil paint filter over them. Alright, hold on. Since we're here.
Oh, good idea.
I'll put down a save. Okay, well.
I guess it's kind of okay because it helps keeps the budget down a little bit.
Yeah, well.
And plus that way you can use that budget and time, more importantly, focusing on other things like the writing part of it.
Yeah. Honestly, I've been doing a similar thing with my own art because I thought of using photos and then changing the colors around and adding the filter over, but it didn't really work. with like my art style, so now I've resigned to using like basic shapes that like vaguely resemble what they're meant to be, and having the colors mainly point to like the focus of the image. But
You
yeah,
really shouldn't be saying that when I want to hire you for my light novel, right?
There's nothing bad about it.
Oh, now I need. Never mind. Never mind.
I'm shit at backgrounds, man. What can I say?
I wasn't talking about the background part, but never mind. Let's just continue.
Oh, well, okay. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Yeah. I was gonna say it looks kind of small, but yeah, I don't actually know what the scale is on this. This looks like they actually went to like the outside of someone's house and like put the camera low to the ground to make it look big. Which they might have done.
Maybe. I honestly could not tell you. I'm not an I do have a friend who's an architect, but I am not there. I am not that one.
I'm mainly because I can see the door on the other side, like of the building, on the other side of the fence, and that door looks like this looks kind of low. Anyway, red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wonder if it looked like what a gate for a... I wondered if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course,
I mean, private Christian school, I could see that.
I obviously won't say the school because I don't want to dox either us, but there's a like religious schools kind of creep me out because they're so far away from the road, and there's like usually a fence, and it just feels so removed from like everything else. There's just something off-putting about it for me.
Well, yeah, they can focus on education without interruptions from the outside world.
I mean, I guess
they can get closer to God.
I suppose.
That's not the real reason. The real reason is the land is cheaper.
Really? I would have thought it'd be more expensive, because that's more land you're taking up.
Yeah, but if it's in the middle of nowhere, there's nothing left around it.
I mean, I guess. I mean, the one I'm talking about, you can see the school from like main roads. It's like not in the middle of nowhere. It's just there's a decent amount of distance between the gate and the actual school. I don't know.
I feel like I should know what you're talking about, but I don't, so I'm sorry.
Okay. No worries.
This got off to a great start.
Anyway. I'll clarify after the recording which one I'm talking about. You might know what I'm talking about then.
Okay, thank you.
Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels nice. Feels good. Here we are. So I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms. There's supposed to be someone waiting for me. Grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. Doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have. More like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass, and all the other park-like things. Where it's like clean.
Looks like the outside area of a hospital.
Yeah. An older one, but yeah. Where it actually looks very similar to the hospital I was born at before it got renovated.
Oh dang.
Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder. Shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head, it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. He falls into the back rooms. Makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of just having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. He really did just fall into the back rooms. The trees hum with the wind, and green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. Makes me think about hospitals again. How they say the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. So why am I feeling so anxious, despite all this greenery? I do find when things feel like they're made to be too calming, it starts to have the opposite effect. Like,
Yeah, I can sort of see where you're going.
I guess, like, what's a good example? There's games that are, like, developed to be, like, colorful and, like, calming, like, cozy games, I think a lot of people call them. But I kind of don't like them. They kind of put me on edge. But I'm strange, because I'll like play a horror game to calm down, which sounds like it should have the opposite effect, but I don't know. I think
dude, we're both weird. I played Dark Souls 3 to calm down.
But yeah, I find something really nice about, like, what's a good example? Like Cry of Fear, like that's Stockholm, Sweden. There's something nice about, like, just walking around there at night, even if there's things trying to kill me. I imagine it's something therapeutic about Dark Souls as well, for you.
I guess the biggest bit for me is because I'm a huge fan of the opera music, and there are a lot of areas in that just that don't actually have music and they're just calm. Sort of like the calm before the storm sort of thing, before you have to rush into hell.
Yeah, true.
I guess that's why I sort of like it, but it's really hard to put into words.
We'll have to get Dylan's weird, like, calming thing if he has one.
Ooh, wait, maybe we could make that one of the three episodes that we were
thinking. True, yeah, we could. Weird things that calm us.
Weirdly enough, that would be a good video.
Yeah. Okay, only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It's the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous with this realization set in my head, I open the front door. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. Hello, tall man. Do you want to do this guy, or...?
Yeah, I'll do him.
Okay.
You must be Nike.
Nakai.
Nike.
Nike. Nakai.
Ah, so you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name's Motoy. I butchered that, didn't I?
I think it's Muto.
Okay, welcome. With air quotes.
It kind of reminded me of the merchant from Resident Evil 4. What are you buying, stranger? See, we exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch.
The head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now.
Oh, should I go later?
Yes, this afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're already waiting.
Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this.
You are the main character, you son of a gun. You're gonna be the center of attention.
Protagonist can. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. I mean, yeah, I feel like that's a natural reaction to not knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah, that was me at my first job. At my first job application. Believe me, I nearly had a heart attack there.
I got lucky with my first job because the guy hired me on the spot.
Lucky bastard.
Yeah, I did get recommended by somebody, so I got recommended by a friend. Yeah, that boss was really chill. It was a shame that he changed hands. Anyway, thinking of this, I almost missed what the teacher is saying.
Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? And your voice keeps changing.
Yeah, of course, or why?
Your playthrough, make your choices. It ain't the Persona one.
True. Alright. Okay. See, here's the thing. Do I do what I would do, or do what this character would do? I think because he has his... I think because he has his own name, I feel more inclined to do what he would do.
Well, I'm guessing what he would do would be snarky and be negative, while you would be negative but understanding.
I guess. I feel like I would say yeah, of course. I'm a big first impressions guy, so. But But yeah, I feel like my attitude would change if I knew my heart could fail at any moment.
Honestly, mate, I don't think you would. I still think you'd be the same guy. You would just be a little more on edge and careful about what you do.
Huh. Well, guess I'll have to induce a heart attack and find out.
I actually know how to do that if you want.
No, no, I'm good. Why? Okay.
I do not condone giving people heart attacks. Though it is very easy, I do not condone it.
Let's see.
Actually, no, it's not easy. I actually have no idea how to produce one.
Okay.
Full disclosure.
Yeah, of course, or why? That is... It's the first decision, and I'm already, like, stuck on it.
When in doubt, flip a coin.
I think this is the right choice. I think we should, yeah, of course.
Alright, be positive.
Yeah, sure. I mean, isn't that normal?
Of course. But everyone likes to be the center of it. But not everyone likes to be the center of attention.
You read my mind, Matao.
Intro for life.
I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Yeah, exactly. Right, but it's no problem.
Let's go then.
I like that they've color-coded the names so that it's less confusing who's talking. Man asset!
What the fuck?
That box just says man asset on it. Interesting. I wonder what's inside. My heart is pounding in my chest. Oh! It keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down the third floor corridor is marked as the classroom for class 3-3. Matao opens the door and enters.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late. Again.
I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Get a grip. This is a big step, I know that. But there isn't any point to worrying so much about it. At least not this soon. Hi, everybody! I follow the teacher. Yeah, so I recognize this pink-haired girl on the very right.
That drills?
Yeah. That's
okay,
the hair drills, yeah.
Okay,
Look at that dude in the back! I didn't notice him before.
I'm more curious about the guy who's missing an ear.
He tried to replicate, who's that painter that cut off his ear? Was that Van Gogh or Picasso?
I've got no idea.
I think it was Van Gogh. I think Van Gogh was the one that cut his ear off.
During
like
art class, I was too busy trying to create card games.
Oh. Yeah, I believe it was Van Gogh cut off like his ear or part of his ear and sent it to like the woman he loved. As like, I don't know, he was a weird guy.
Okay.
But yeah, I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around. Partially so I don't have to meet curious gazes of my new classmates. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high. There's lots of space left over around in between the desks. The entire wall taken up by blackboards at the high, old-fashioned windows make it seem even larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames, simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students from any other school, but then why would they be here? Probably like me, have something wrong with them, but it's just not immediately obvious. Then I notice that one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking to you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. That dude looks devious.
Yeah.
I don't trust this dude.
And the girl next to her has dead eyes. Oh my goodness, she's dead inside.
I wonder if
Shoot! And look at her legs. Oh crap! I did not notice.
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't notice that either. My guess was going to be that maybe that's an indication that she's blind, but I think that's probably I mean, it could be both. We don't know,
yeah, but maybe not. I mean, it's probably just the legs.
Yeah. Well, okay.
We should not be playing Guess the Disability game.
Well, this guy's probably deaf in one ear. Or both, we don't know.
I think the guy with his eyes closed is going to be the blind kid, because he has a walking stick behind him.
True, maybe. I notice a flash of dark hair to see that someone is looking at me. A girl with really long, straight hair that is pretty eye-catching. As she looks at me, as she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hands as if to make herself invisible. There is one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions, sign language? She peers at me over the rims of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. She's kind of cute. So is the cherry-looking girl with the pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in.
Oh. Sorry. Please welcome our newest classmate.
He claps his hands, and so does everyone else, except one girl in the first row who has only one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for this applause I did not deserve. A collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. Man, I would cringe in that situation too, if I saw that.
Well, man. I mean, at least it's not as bad as reaching out for a handshake and the person doesn't have a hand.
I guess. I mean, shouldn't this teacher kind of know? He's working at a...
Does it honestly sound like he gives a crap?
I guess with the voice you're giving him, not really.
Okay, point taken.
No worries. We don't know his story. Maybe he's really passionate about these kids. So I'm Hisao Nakai, and after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along with with everyone, even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. This is exactly like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied even with what little I said, though. A few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. Could have gone worse. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round with one hand against her one hand against her other wrist that ends in a bandaged stump.
Oh, okay. So it's the long-haired girl. I was trying to figure out whether it was the girl with long hair or the one
Oh,
who's like crawled
yeah.
crawled on a desk. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, also, I'm trying to. If it's bandaged, does that mean that's a recent thing? Or maybe it's just to hide it?
Could
I
be
don't
an
know.
amputation fetish.
I mean,
I don't think they're gonna go that far.
I mean, I don't know what the bandage would add or take away from it. It's still an amputated hand. Or
Again, maybe she's a new student like us, and it's a recent wound.
yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Makes me feel a little bad.
We're going to do some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you?
No.
I lost my
Yeah.
run. Crap.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
That's good. You can work with Hakamichi.
Yep,
She's the class representative. Thank you for the recognition.
of course.
She can explain anything you might want to know. And who else will be able to do better that better, right? I butchered that, Jesus.
How could I know? That was kind of a weird sentence to say. The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression.
All right. Hey, Hakamichi. Yeah. What the fuck? Hakamichi is right there. Shizun Hakamichi.
As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. This is probably a character we'll reserve for Dylan.
Good to meet you.
But I guess I'll do the voice for now. What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but I'm not Hakamichi. I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi, Shi-chan.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Whoops. Giggling, Misha points me to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she's been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has short, yet carefully, neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of a dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. Oh, you're probably deaf, if you're using sign language.
Oh, that's a smart way of showing it.
Yeah. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Hakamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, you'll be able to talk to people, and who better to explain things to you. I can see you're a little confused, right? But I understand why you would think I was Shi-chan. Shi-chan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. Oh, so do you not have a disability? And you're just an aide, or...? I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you, too. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shi-chan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he wouldn't be standing up there for no reason, right? Right? He seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today. So soon, He-chan, right? He-chan? Yep, it fits, doesn't it? You're giving me a nickname already? Did I
Oh, quick.
say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I never liked that nickname. I guess so. Hisao. Hichan. Hichan. Never liked that nickname. I don't really see how... It fits! You look just like I imagined. Yeah, you look just like a Hichan. I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Hakamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly. Their hands blur. Well, yeah, I guess we have to figure out who's gonna voice her. Sorry, that was a little lowbrow. I mean, technically.
I mean, if she does have voice line, if there is text for her, we'll figure it out, but for now there isn't.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could say she voices herself.
True.
But, yeah, anyway, Misha seems a little overwhelmed.
Sorry about that. Shi-chan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Do you like school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it.
Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kind of came straight to class today.
That's no good. You should always try and learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there, not just with school either. Always, even if it's a trip to a convenience store. Really, Shi-chan?
Learn about where you're going. I guess technically she's voicing her. Because she's translating for her.
Now
We're
I'm
getting what
confused
she's...
on which one. Is she speaking for herself or for Shi-chan?
For Shi-chan, I think, at the moment.
Oh my god. This is confusing.
Learn about where you're going. I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assedly. But anyway, I don't say anything. You should sign something that ends in a shrug. What was that? Seemed like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deep. You look down. Are you okay?
Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. So people learn things by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed a test.
I don't know what to do for her laugh. Alright.
Ah, and another thing. You don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan.
Oh, she likes that.
Okay. Maybe that's not what she said and she's saying that for her. So it's like unexpected.
Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate. Yep, Shizune's fine.
Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier, especially about Shizune, who I assume would be all business. Well, she still seems like that. Just less so, I guess.
Huh? Oh, right. We haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now, or Shi-chan will get mad.
And trust me, you don't want to see her mad. The assignment is also kind of long, so we should start now if we want to finish it before the end of class.
That too.
Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message.
After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay?
The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. That is what I've heard about most school projects. Again, I was homeschooled, never had the... Well, I guess I had it when I went to uni.
I have experienced the pain. It's especially bad when you get the kid who thinks he's the class clown and thinks he's funny, but he's really fucktard. in the
Damn.
group, and instead of actually helping with any of the project, he just keeps playing this stupid song about toilets.
Jeez. Yeah, thankfully. Oh no, I did have a group project in uni. Though it was with people that were competent though, so I got lucky.
Yes,
I believe.
in uni, everyone's well aware of how much money goes into the goes
Yeah,
into
that's
it, so
true.
they actually give a shit.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. Because I guess with school, your parents are paying for it, but with uni, you're paying for it yourself. So if you're there, you probably care enough to put the effort in.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, I think mine was. What was the group project? I remember we went around and like took pictures of a bunch of stuff. We needed like images for some. We were learning how to set up like image collage things. It was learning to work with like Photoshop, which I fucking despised. Photoshop fucking sucks. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
I guess the group project wasn't that difficult because it was just go outside and take pictures of campus.
Yeah, mine was a lot worse because mine was during food tech.
Oh boy.
So yeah, so we were they were holding an art exhibit at the time, and so the food tech class was providing finger food,
Right.
and as it happened, so we had 4 people in the group. One guy who I knew really well, and the guy who thinks he's a class clown, and a girl.
Hmm.
The girl just said, "Okay, I'm gonna play on my phone, and then I'll serve for you guys. So just do the cooking." We weren't happy, but hey, less cooks in the kitchen. Sometimes less cooks can be a good thing.
Yeah, less crowded.
Yeah, and the kitchen spaces weren't that big.
Mm-hmm.
So but we didn't realize that our teachers was going to have us make us 4 dishes per group.
Damn. Jesus Christ, 4?
Yep,
How big was the group?
4 people, and
I guess
yeah, except
it's not terrible.
except that one person refused to help and the other person was just being a douchebag.
Damn.
So it was just me and this guy cooking Swedish meatballs, deep frying some some weird cheese balls that we made, and then baking some sort of lemon shortcake, and I don't even know what the 4th dish was.
Goddamn. Okay.
So yeah, little fucker was
Well,
sorry, I shouldn't be swearing so much.
no worries. Well, what do I care? Yeah, I got pretty lucky. Never went to school, so I didn't have the group project experience, and the one that I did have in uni was pretty good. So, but yeah. All right. Still, after we finished it in a few minutes earlier than anyone else in class, despite our late start. Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different, though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the 2 of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bell rings, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me to the hallway and down the stairs. We descend. Even below the lobby, I met Mutao, down the bottom floor.
Past the man assets.
The man assets, yeah. Damn, that's a chonky aircon unit. Holy shit.
Damn, boy.
I guess it's a big room. Just like everything in the school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Its big windows open to the courtyard towards the main gate. It's the cafeteria! Oh my god, no way! Really? Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare, but Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice. It almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portioned measures with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. Pick something at random and follow Shizune to the table, sitting opposite of her. As I nibbled indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. I don't understand signs, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at a person who talks to you is proper and polite?
Do you want to know something?
What?
About anything. We're your guides, so you should ask if there's something.
Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. This seems like the kind of thing they're just gonna have us come back to. I'll save anyway, just in case. What do you think we should ask about first? Her deafness or the library?
I think I would go with the library.
Yeah. Oh, he did say he liked to read in hospital.
Yeah, he got a book fetish at the hospital.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is there any library in the school? Lately I've gotten more into reading, so I'd like to check it out. Misha gives the kind of frown that makes it clear she doesn't consider reading a healthy hobby, but then picks up her smile again. Why not, Misha?
There is. It's in the second floor. We can show it to you sometime.
Thanks. She probably thinks we just read manga. I return to my food while the girls talk between themselves. Oh, maybe that was a single question. Oh well. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth very adamantly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they are talking about secret girl stuff or something. I quickly notice a conversation in sign is not enough to fill a silence. I mean, I guess so. We arrive in the classroom early, but we're not the first. A dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over her desk at the last row. Oh, I do remember you.
I did not see you at the start.
I think she was at the back. I do remember long hair, but she jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. She shrieks deeper. She shrinks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly turning into stone just from our presence. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind it, as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students and finally the teacher. He reminds me of the teacher from My Hero Academia, actually. Like, his kind of stubble.
I was actually going to say his design kind of reminds me of the partner cop from Persona 4.
Oh, I don't know anything about Persona 4.
Ah, well. To all the Persona 4 fans, I think you know what I'm talking about.
The only Persona game I've played other than 5 for the channel is Persona 1.
Yeah.
But getting into the rhythm of school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's the long time spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless.
Yeah, that will happen, dude. Trust me. It's a thing.
Yeah, like you're thrown into a new environment.
New environment, and the fact that you just spend who knows how many months in a hospital bed, it does have a number on your system. And your muscle.
I can imagine. Goddamn. Like I remember I was pretty tired after the first day of uni. The teacher was so chill though, he let me sleep in class. But before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Beside me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me.
Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today. Hee-chan, we've got to hurry already, since there's a lot of work for us to do.
I think when she has the I forget what there's a proper name for it, but the triple dots before Misha speaks, that means she's translating. But when I think it's just Misha starting, it means it's her talking. I think that's what they're trying to go for.
Maybe.
Guess we'll figure it out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when she does this, that's when Misha's translating. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Oh, wait, the teacher said I'd have to see the nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? Well, we can at least show you that much. Yeah, I think that's just Misha talking now.
Okay.
So, yeah, when she...
Less confusing now, less confusing.
Yeah, when she has the little dialogue box beforehand, I think that means that was her talking. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside. We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out the other senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way to the smaller building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually part of the main building. This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside.
I thought it was the anxiety building.
No. The anxiety. This is the anxiety building. Don't go in there unless you want to get nervous. And have another heart attack, I guess. Like the Yamaku Foundation office and all its nurses' offices, they even have a swimming pool. How is that official? Don't be silly, Hee-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Bye. Whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with the actual education? I guess it's necessary for a place like this. Oh, geez.
Okay, this is just the back rooms.
Yeah, man, he fell into the back rooms. the gross yellow, the hum buzz, fluorescent lights. This seems like the kind of place that you'd, like, look in a corner and there'd be, like, a lot of daddy long legs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can see that.
I walk in, like, I can smell this hallway. Like the weird plastic flooring it would have. I walk in, hoping that this really will be only a quick visit, like the teacher said. On a white door on the left is a green cross with the text head nurse and a nameplate. Oh, green cross. I see. Following the Geneva Convention. Do you know about that, Justin?
I should, but...
Okay, so... the Geneva Convention is like, a lot of stuff for like war. And the whole point of like the Red Cross is that you're not allowed to put it on like a building unless it is legitimately for like medical services and aid.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because people would put the crosses on buildings that were like military hideouts and stuff so that they didn't get bombed.
I actually saw a report that like a lot of video games get sued because they use that.
Yes. Well, I don't know about a lot, but I know that if you like see a lot of older games, you'll see red crosses on them. But then there's like a point in time where it just like kind of stopped. Like the re-release of Doom on Steam has all the health packs changed to a green cross because it used to be a red cross on the health packs. But yeah, interesting little thing. So yeah, they even describe it as a green cross. A voice from the inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounded a bit like an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. Fax machine! Big blue button, I think. Landline phone! What the fuck is that wallpaper? Bro, what is that?
It's an albino penguin.
Is it? It looks like an ultrasound.
That's the best I can do at this point.
Okay, the room is not large and smells strange. I knew I could fucking smell this building. A friendly looking man turns around in his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and there are at least a dozen coffee cup rings lingering the desk. You want to do this, dude?
Sure. Hello there. What can I do for you today?
Oh my god. He's young looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples in his cheeks wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who has heard this very same question hundreds of times.
Why, yes, I am. It says on the door. No?
I would feel so in danger if I was like going into a new school because I had some medical condition and the nurse was talking to me like this.
You can call me by my name or just the nurse, like everybody else.
The nurse? The nurse implies you're the only nurse here.
Why, yes, I am.
That's a little...
I'll take care of all your treatments, no problem.
That's a little concerning. Alright, Monokuma. Of course. I shake off my confusion, realizing I should probably grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Right, I'm a new student, and my homeroom teachers told me to come and meet you. My name is Hasao Nakai. His eyes light up with revelation, and he snaps his fingers.
Oh, you're that, Nakai! I was reading your file this morning. Very interesting. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia. It's impossible to say that with this accent. And related congenital heart muscle deficiency, right?
He gestures me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk.
Number on my throat.
Yeah, maybe you should pick a different voice for this dude.
Hell no!
My god. Yes.
Good! We'll probably have you briefed. You've probably been briefed about the school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. Stabs you with a needle.
Oh my god.
We have all kinds of facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there's a problem.
The famous 24-hour nursing staff.
I mean the overworked nursing staff.
Wow. This is like a hospital.
Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. We just do lobotomies.
That's still brain surgery. His joke feels so out of place that I'm left thinking why he even said it. Yeah, just that's a really weird thing to have so many medical people at a school.
You'll get used to it.
I'm not sure about that myself, but I don't let the nurse know it.
Now let me just find your file again.
Didn't he just grab it? Oh no, he said he read it that morning. While he searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of paper around, I let my gaze wander around the room.
Don't mind the albino penguin.
I'm still not convinced that's an albino penguin.
Well, what else would it be? I'm trying to...
An ultrasound screenshot, that's my guess. It's an epitome of generic, I'd like to say. Beige walls and ceiling, dark gray laminate flooring, and all the equipment you'd expect from a school's nurse's office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging on all four walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 times a day, and from all the food groups. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from a stack of similarly thick files and opens it.
So you already have medication for the arrhythmia? Just remember to take your pills every morning and every evening, or it won't be much help. Pill me up, you son of a gun! Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rash stuff like, I don't know, boxing?
Would a school like this even have a would even facilitate boxing?
I
He grins to his...
Sorry.
Do normal schools have facilities for boxing?
I can only speak on behalf of a private school. No, we did not.
Okay.
I mean, we did actually have boxing gloves and like hip pads, but but that was just for exercise purposes.
Huh. He grins to his own joke, but I don't. Well, I played soccer occasionally with some classmates.
Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to have to recommend you refrain from doing that. At least for the time being. Just stay indoors with me.
Oh. My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really, I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. I guess I never did it out of burning passion for the sport, just to have something to do.
Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous for your poor, little, trembling, weak heart. And risking another god-awful heart attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by a sudden concussion to the chest area? There's no mention of it in the papers.
Not exactly. I sidestep the question acceptably, and he glances at me over his papers with a more serious expression on his face.
Still, you need to keep your body healthy with some exercise. And, oh, hang on, I think I misread that. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercises would be good. We have physical therapy and such available, as I said, though I don't think you'll really need some such heavy measures. I know some light play we can do.
Oh my fucking god.
Just get some light exercise regularly. Brisk walks, or evening light jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming, maybe. There's a pool here.
So I was told.
You were? Very good! At any rate, I'm sure you've been told this before. You just need to take care not to overexert yourself. Leave that to me.
Jesus Christ. He wags his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this 1,000 times already.
Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself, okay?
Okay. He goes over my papers one more time and sets them on the desk, obviously content.
Good. That's it then. Come meet me if you ever need something. I'll be here, waiting.
I'm ushered out. Thank God. Before I even realized it. A quick visit indeed, though it felt like forever. I end up standing in front of the main building. Man, it really was the anxiety building. Although, to my eyes, they still look like one and the same. It's the first real look I get at the other students, so I watch people coming out of the school, going towards the gates or the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they're going. I still keep thinking that the most of them don't look too special for being students at a special school. Then again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? One of us? I should go somewhere too, to prevent me from getting lost. It's around dinner time, but I feel tired instead of hungry. The weariness in me only grows as I trudge towards the dorms, set a little way apart from the main building complex. Oh. Yeah, that is park-like. Guess that's the dorms.
Dang.
There is a garden of sorts between the school and the dorms. Shrubbery, flowers, and that overbearing smell of fresh-cut grass that fills the atmosphere. It dawns on my tired mind that the smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. Hey, yo, nice art. I think the oil painting filter is kind of blending it together, but the dorm building is big and made of red brick. Like the others, feels way too pompous for what it is, so I push forward, going inside. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given from my pocket. Room 119. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the dorm is fairly new, functional, and boring. Just like the main building, the halls and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. The same goes for the elevators at the ends of the hallways. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching the television. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. Seems that only the girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. I've been in a place like this. This feels strangely familiar.
I know. Why?
I think it's very much to do with the fact that they're photos with a filter rather than an illustration. It makes it feel like you're just looking at a photo, like, I don't know, a family member took.
This feels like when I went to uni.
Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seems to have a toilet and shower, as well as 4 rooms. About halfway down the hall, I spy room 199, or 119. The nameplates on the rooms adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are just 2 of us here. Light shines from below the door of room 117, so I knock slightly. Hello? Is anyone home? From inside, I hear a few movements, then the clicking of way more locks than I thought these doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. Dylan's voice in this, dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
A bespectacled boy is standing in the doorway. He is looking at me very intently through his extremely thick eyeglasses.
Who is it?
Blind? No, at least not completely. Why would he have eyeglasses if he was? He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. His breath stinks of garlic, oh god.
Sao Nakai. I'm moving into the next room.
Oh no, sorry, that was Hisao. Hisao Nakai, I thought it was him guessing who I was. Hisao Nakai, I'm moving into the next room. I thought I should introduce my... His face suddenly brightens in realization, and he stands back upright, thrusting his hand out in a smiling greeting, almost straight to my diaphragm.
Oh, sup, dude? Name's Kenji.
Hi. I take Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it. Still a little riled by the sudden change of attitude and a vehement welcome.
There's some suspicious-looking people going in and out of your room earlier.
It was probably my parents.
Your parents? You sure? Because they look like, because they could have been some other people, too. Can't judge a book by its cover.
His out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly as I try and think of some way to respond. I'd say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures.
You're a brave man, Hisao. Me, I don't think I could trust the chances. The only one I trust is myself.
Does that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? He thinks about this for a while.
A wise decision.
Oh my god.
Damn,
like
you are smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? I hope not smart.
He squints his eyes. Okay, well, obviously his eyesight isn't great. He squints his eyes and leans closer again, but I lean backwards to dodge it.
Never mind. It doesn't matter.
With that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment, and searches for the door handle and shuts the door behind him. I slide the key into the lock of the door marked 119. Wow. That's it, huh? Our room.
Dang.
Bleak beige walls, white linen, a desk made of some type of light wood, ugly curtains. It's no one's room. Impersonal, like my hospital room was. My bags are sitting at the foot of my bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. The closet is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. Also, it seems that there are a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts. Hi, Hee-chan. Oh, it's mom and dad, okay. Hi, Hee-chan, we've unpacked your things and made your bed. They said if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, mom and dad. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. Kinda hoped I would've, then there would've been something to do. Still too early. Put the note down on the desktop and lie down on the bed, feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. Wonder if the hospital conditioned me to want to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge just keeps me growing until I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous about it before coming for the entire day today too. I still am, I think. Damn, I have to distract myself somehow, so I won't be this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow I'll go back. I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. But for now, the bottles of medicine neatly arranged on my night table catch my eye. I pick up one and shake it just to hear the contents rattle inside, and then read the glued-on pharmacy label. Hassan Akai 2 tablets daily to stay alive. Damn, blunt, huh? It doesn't really say that, but it could just... Oh, okay. I was about to say, damn. It doesn't really say that, but it could just as well. It's kind of twisted, having your life depend on chemicals like this. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? With a sigh, I begin my new daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosages. See, this is something weird I've thought about, is, like, if you absolutely, like, you know, need a medication, like, if you think about it, we need water. That's technically a chemical. You know, it'd feel very shit if, like, you got, like, a bottle of water and then there was, like, a sticker on it saying, like, prescribing the water to you. And it's like, drink, like, a liter a day.
I actually like kind of think that would be better. Because...
Would it?
Because, because think about it, in Australia, we have Medicare. Right. Technically, you could put it under Medicare. Free water then.
I guess. We do have running water. I mean, water bills, but, you know, hey, they're not terrible.
It would lighten the load a bit.
I guess, yeah. Being careful to check the correct dosages. I lay down again, feeling hollow and uncertain. And after that, I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. Oh. Doesn't start looking any more familiar. Not even after the darkness falls and long shadows draw across my room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm and nest-like against the chill that passes from the room temperature here. Soon, the lighter shade of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night. Becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of unfamiliarity and fear creeping up my spine once more. I keep drifting further away from the world I knew. Oh. There it is. The title.
I'm assuming there is music playing.
It was just a little, like, jingle. It wasn't much. And I'd say that's a good place to end the first reading.
Yeah, works for me.
All right.
Your series, your outro.
Yep, all right. Well, yeah, I'm interested to see where this goes. I am remembering slightly more about this game because again, I did play it years ago. I do remember the kid with, uh, like yeah, the glasses that we just met, and was it Haiji? I think. I do also remember. I do distinctly remember a blonde girl that's blind. That we'll probably meet later, but yeah, I don't remember much about this game. Never finished it, so. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you want to be notified. Oh yeah, and hit the bell if you want to be notified when more of this stuff comes out. And thank you, Justin, for joining me.
Yes, of course, mate. My clown voice is always at the ready.
Oh my god. And hopefully Dylan will be here for the next one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Uh,
yeah, all right.
so once again, we are
We're the
Force.
Force.
God, it's a lot easier when we're in person.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, guess we'll see you guys next time for more Katawa Shoujo.
Later.
Bye.